Carol Grady. I'm the Title I teacher here at our school.
And I'm Carol Howard, and I'm a kindergarten teacher.
And we're here today to talk a little bit from our perspective as parents and teachers about things that we can do. It's a really scary time in the world right now, and we're facing challenges where we're inventing as we go along how to cope with those challenges. And we want to talk a little bit about ways that within the bounds of our home and within our family, we can help our children feel some sense of control, some sense of childhood and enjoyment during these times. Well, the first thing we want to let you know is that it is normal to feel what you're feeling right now. It's in the news, it's in the media. I just got off checking the Weather Channel COVID-19 report, which I do far too often during the day, because it's so easy to get in the pattern of, I got to know if something worse is going on. So know, first of all, everything you're feeling is normal in a situation like this. There are some things that you can do to help put a little damper on that fear, especially for your kids. When you're feeling scared, I think the most important thing that Carol and I learned, because we were parents during 9/11, is that what we felt we had to squelch so that our kids did not feel the same fear that we felt.
Yeah, so like our kids were small during the 9/11, and I can remember, of course, we didn't have internet devices and things. We just had the TV, and I can remember just wanting to watch the TV to find out what was going on, and trying to keep my daughter away from that and my son. But it was hard because I always wanted to know what was going on, and I wasn't realizing as much that they were picking up on my fear and my anxiety. And then you don't think about that, even though you're not directly putting your kids right there in front of the TV or the media, that still they are listening and they are feeling, and even if you're talking to other people about it, they're listening and they're feeling your anxiety. They can tell if you're upset, if you're stressed. So just being careful about being on media a lot. I know even on my own phone right now, I get an alert all the time every time there's an update.
And I think Carol and I are also very aware that this is probably a harder time to parent than even 9/11, because our children still went to school every day. Our children went and played with their friends and saw grandma and grandpa. Those are things that are not happening for your children right now. So you might be sitting there going, great, we understand all that, but what do we do? What do we do then? So we're just going to kind of throw out some ideas of things that you might be able to do to help develop a sense of structure and normalcy for your days during this time. One light at the end of the tunnel is that we know this is going to end someday.
Yes, and the first thing, is to take care of yourself and your own well-being and your mental well-being. So make sure that, when you do want to listen to that news or listen to that information, maybe go off into another room to listen to it, but then also take time away from those screens and away from the news. Do some yoga, take a walk with your spouse or with your children, or even just by yourself. Maybe listen to a story or read a book, or just to be mindful in the moment where this scary world or whatever is going on is out of your mind, and you're just present with yourself and present with your children.
Oh, I like that. If you do notice fear in your children too, I've read a lot of articles from psychologists that say it's okay to say at some point in time, hey Megan, how you feeling? Let them verbalize. If you're sensing they're afraid, they're probably afraid. Let them verbalize to you what they're feeling so that you can understand what's going on in their mind and come up with your natural parent way, because you know your child better than anyone, to help talk to them about it. Some things that Carol mentioned, like reading books, walking, exercising, things that are good for us as adults, they're great for our kids too.
Yes, they are. And so right now during this time, it's really important, instead of the kids feeling like fearful, and like maybe that they're kind of forgotten because they're not at school, and they're doing school in a different way, or even if they're younger, they're not seeing grandparents. So it's really important just this time that they feel safe and loved and like important. A few things that you can do is like maybe have a virtual family vacation. I've seen a lot of things on there about like you can actually watch going on Disney rides. I mean, who doesn't like that? So there's a lot of good resources out there. You can visit all of the national parks. You can watch beaches, and not only just virtual. So one of the things, I don't have small kids, but what I was going to do with some of my kids, our own students, is you could do a virtual field trip where you are maybe going to Disney World and watching all the things, and then let's pretend. Let's step away from that video and get down with your child and play with them and pretend and let them escape this reality that's going on right now, and just enjoy play and enjoy the time with you. So, you could make your own rides. I even saw some people on YouTube that did that at home and did Disney. So there's all kinds of things that you could do. Museums that you can visit. Then you could set up a museum at your house. Go outside. I mean, when it's nice out, go outside. These kids might be starting to get this fear of like going outside because they know something's going on out there, that they're supposed to be away from school and away from family. But we can go outside and we can breathe this fresh air. We can swing, we can play, play catch. There's all kinds of things that you could do outside.
Oh, yes. And the power of pretend and all of that, not only is it fun for your children, not only is it an escape, but you are actually helping them build brain structure that is going to help them all the way through their life, be able to become problem solvers, innovators. The neuroscience behind pretend is just incredible, the good that it can do. So this is a great time to build that power within your child. Other things that you could do inside, arts and crafts. For children of any age, creating is a great thing.
Yeah.
They love it, it's fun, and the more they do it, the more they like it. Cooking challenge.
Yeah.
Create your own television show.
Yeah, the great thing about that is, you're doing these things to occupy your child, but you're not too old to play and pretend. That makes you feel good. That's going to make your brain, your mind, it's going to make you happy. It's easy to get down right now about things. Maybe you're not working or you can't see family. So, get into the pretend mode with them. You could shoot a video like this where you're doing like a cooking show, or have a bake-off or a cupcake wars with your family. See if dad can bake cupcakes better than mom, and who could decorate the best cupcakes. Yeah, it'd be like so. Then you get to eat it too. So I mean, it's a win-win, right? You could also like film it, and then you could send it to grandparents. And the grandparents right now, we can't forget them. That they're missing out on the grandkids and about their development. So seeing all these things. That would just make their day and help them be excited too. And even teenagers. I know a lot of you are probably thinking, I have teenagers. The teenagers don't even want to spend time with me to begin with. You could tell a teenager to collect every single pillow in the whole entire house and put a sheet over the kitchen table, take a flashlight and read under it, and I bet they would still like it and have fun. And same with the baking challenge. Yeah, they might be like, do we really have to do things together? But they will have fun. They just won't tell you about it.
Yes. And oh my goodness, as you talk about that, I think about, Carol and I have discussed that when it was 9/11, or we're both cancer survivors, and we wanted to use those times that were terrifying in our personal lives at the moment and structure in our minds, how do we want our children to remember these times? Do we want them to remember how the terror we were feeling, or that we were worried? No, we didn't want to do that.
No, and my kids were small when I went through cancer, and it was the summer, and I thought, I don't want this to be the summer that the kids remember the summer mom was sick. We didn't go outside. We didn't go to the pool. So I tried my best to make things normal, and I think that is what's really important right now is normalcy. They need to have some normalcy in their life to feel safe. So make sure that you think about how they are going to remember this time. Instead of remembering it as being scary, they could remember it as like time with family or
Absolutely, being close, having fun, laughing.
So being close as a family and playing, pretending.
Absolutely.
The time, instead of the time that we were all stuck inside and it was a scary time, and Mom and Dad were worried, it was the time that we played. Mom and Dad got down on the floor and they played with us, and we had a baking challenge, and I don't know, Mom burnt the cupcakes. I don't know, but these are the memories we want them to make, not the memories of not being able to be at school. And that's another thing that's really important that we didn't talk about that's important is like the socialization.
Oh, yes.
Especially for, I know teenagers are having a struggle time, but we're not thinking about these 5 and 6 year olds and 7-year-olds that they're just getting used to being social at school. So do you have any ideas for that?
What pops in my head right away is this would be a time to break out the screen. If you can do it with your child's best friends, how about a virtual play day?
Oh, a virtual slumber party would be awesome.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let them get sleeping bags out. Put the phone out and do, and they could even do that if you don't know the friends and their phone numbers and their parents. Well, you could always, call your friends that have small kids and let them do it. That's a time to make a new friend. So that would be awesome
that would be
too.
So much fun.
It's just really important that they're still socializing as much as we can.
Yeah. And when you are outside, if you're in a neighborhood, we can wave from a distance.
Oh, yeah.
We can say hi to anybody. Yeah. Yeah, that's so true, Carol. The connection with other people is still critical right now.
It is. So the connection, like they are so used to being here at school and having, if you think about it, they spend more time at school than home most of the time. And so they're used to being social. Teenagers are used to being social. We're used to being social. I know just seeing you today makes me happy because I can talk to you even though we're apart. The kids need that. They need to talk to you. They need to talk to friends. They need to talk to Grandma and Grandpa. And believe me, Grandma and Grandpa will love it too. So we hope that some of these things helped. We are going to link our website down below. Carol and I have been really passionate about play this year, and have kind of formed a play-based kindergarten, and so we've came up with a lot of strategies, ideas, and things to do at home to just keep playing. Okay, so play.
Be safe.